Welcome to Mesa Family History. Today we will be looking at how to merge duplicates. A few lessons ago, I had connected my family tree to my deceased ancestors, and in the process, I created a duplicate of my grandfather, James Winton Miller. Now, I need to go find that duplicate and I need to merge it with this individual so that I can see the rest of my family line here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on James W. Miller and it will bring up a person card. I'm going to right click on his name and it will bring up an open link and new tab option. And I'm going to do that. What that does is up here at the top, it allows me to have my fan chart open in this left tab, but I have my grandfather open here in the right tab, and I can toggle back and forth if I would like to. So now that I am in James W. Miller's file in his person page, I am going to look over here on the right, and we can see that it says possible duplicate right here. And I could resolve this right now from this position, or I can scroll down, and where it says possible duplicates down here, I can also click on this link. I prefer the one at the top, so that's the direction I'm going to go. So I'm going to click on possible duplicate. It brings up the possible duplicate, and I'm going to review the merge. Now, this is a 3-step process. In this first step, I am able to look at my possible duplicate and the surviving person here on the right and see if these two are the same person. This new merge process will also give you warnings up here at the top. In this case, it says the surviving person has been merged several times before. Use extra care when determining that these two people are the same person. And I have merged them several times because I've practiced with this. The other thing it says here is these two people have been previously unmerged and restored. This may indicate a common merge mistake. So watch for these warning signs. This new system is really, really good about giving us warning signs. So I'm going to look and just verify. Yes, this is James W. Miller, and we don't have any birth information over here, but since I entered the individual, I know it's the same person. And it has the same spouse, Esther Louise here on the left and Esther Louise here on the right. And my father, Jim Miller, and he is not over here on the right-hand side, but I know that these are the siblings. So I'm going to come back up here to the top. Two things to note. If I would like, I could click on the name here, and it will open a card over here on the right. And if I wanted to right-click on this tree and open it in a new tab, I could go and really learn about this person and make sure this is the correct person that I'm merging to. I could do the same here with this James Winton Miller. I could right-click on his tree and open it in a new tab. Essentially, anywhere where you see an individual with a portrait, the male or female portrait, you would be able to click into their file. So I have determined that this is the same person, and I am going to continue with this merge. So I will click Yes, Continue. Now that I am into this new page, it should say, well, let's click it one more time. There we go. Step 2 of 3. Select the information you want to save. So the system will automatically line everything up for you. And it has our names across from each other, our sexes, death information. And in this case, all the information that I want to keep is already on the surviving person. So I don't need to do anything here on the left-hand side. As I scroll down, we can see that I have Esther Louise Huber on the left and Esther Louise Huber on the right. Now they have the same ID number, but it's really important to go ahead and replace any individuals on the left-hand side and move them over to the right-hand side. In this case, it was the same ID number. It really would not have mattered, but it's a good practice to never leave any spouse or children, or as we scroll down, any parents here on the left-hand side. If we do, the system will see them as a non-duplicate and they will float in forever land of FamilySearch.org. So we don't want to do that. Just bring across the parents, bring across the spouse and children unless you know they are not part of the family. It might create additional duplicates that need to be resolved, but this is the way to do it. So go ahead and bring those over. So everything has been brought over. The system automatically brought over my father here, Jim Miller. Now I'm going to continue and scroll down. And I am going to continue here at the bottom. You can actually continue at the top or the bottom, but I wanted to show you this additional location. So I'm going to click continue. This brings us to the third step. And I typically will put in for a merge, names and dates match. I could give a long description if there was a reason for a long description, such as maybe some names and dates that don't match, or some people that you're merging that you know belong merged, but you need to explain why because it's not evident. So I've put in a reason for my merge, and I'm going to finish my merge. And now it has come into the deleted person page. And I believe that's because that's where I started from. But where I want to be is on James Winton Miller. We are also in beta.familysearch.org. If we were in familysearch.org, it may have gone directly into the surviving person. Usually it does. However, if it does come into your deleted person, just click on James Winton Miller. So we are now in James Winton Miller's person page. I'm going to, if you look over here on the right, you can see that it no longer says possible duplicate. If I scroll down, I can see that my father, Jim Miller, has been added to the family. If I would like to go back to the pedigree chart and just make sure my whole family pedigree chart has now come in properly, I can come back over to this tab here on the left, and I can see that I now have a full pedigree chart. If you come back in to your pedigree chart and it is not full, just click refresh, and that usually will do the trick, and you can see the rest of your pedigree chart. Thank you and good luck as you merge.